Happy Saturday. Y'all, if you haven't watched my video, my Christmas haul video, make sure you go and watch that. I'm getting ready to do my decorate with me, so welcome to a new vlog. And like I said, in this vlog, it's gonna be a Christmas decorate with your girl. So I'd already done a haul yesterday, y'all. I went to I don't know how many stores yesterday. But I got up early this morning. We left here about 9:30, and I went to Hobby Lobby because I was missing just a couple of pieces that I needed. And of course, I picked up a couple of other pieces that wasn't on my list. But let me show y'all what I got real fast. So all of this is from Hobby Lobby. So this is the pieces that I was missing. And I wanted pillows to incorporate the season. So I ended up getting this because, you know, my living room is white and brown. So of course I wanted it to match. So I got two to go down here. And then I got one to put on my bed. So I wasn't going to decorate my room, but I decided to decorate my room. These pillows was $21.99, and that's $22, so they was half off. They was $11 a piece. So I got these two, and I got this stuff right here. So if you watched the vlog before, then you know that I decided that I'm going to incorporate some red in the kitchen. But these are for my room. Look, y'all, they light up. Ain't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? They change colors. So I got this. That's going to go in my room. And I got this that's going to also go in my room. And these are the same. One just smaller and one's tall. These will go on my table in my room. Okay, the next thing I got was this. It says Merry Christmas. This is going to go in my room as well. Everything else is going in my room besides this. This is a Christmas countdown. I always wanted one. This is not the color I wanted, but because I'm incorporating the red, it'll do. So I'm getting this. This was $16.99. Why are you looking like that, Brittany? And why are you in my vlog? So this was $16.99, and it was half off. All of Hobby Lobby Christmas decor is half off. Let me tell y'all how much these cost. This was $15.99, half off. And then this was $12.99 and half off. So you just do the math on half off. Those are the original prices, but everything is 50% off. All right, then this was $16.99. So do the math for that, half off. All right, the next thing I got and the last thing I got was these. And I think I got some of these. Oh no, mine is red for the kitchen. But I got these. And baby, they different. The ones I got yesterday is red. But these are black. I'm gonna make myself a pillow. I was looking for a pillow that was black and white, and I couldn't find one that says Merry Christmas. So I'm gonna make my own pillow, and I'll do a vlog on how to make these napkins into pillows. All right, y'all. Let's Christmas decorate this house. All right, I'll be right back. Y'all, I forgot. That's not all I got. Hold on, let me put this in here because I don't want it to get broke. I got one more thing.
You said we had to go through every day?
I got these, y'all. I forgot to show y'all. I have to be very, very careful. I have to be very careful with these because the girl was ringing them up and dropped it and broke it. So Dominique had to run and get me another one. But can you take that one out the bag?
And Brendan, he go get it.
Okay, these were $35.
Go to sleep.
$35.99. So that's $36 divided by half off. Divide this half off. What that is, half off.
95. 18 on.
So 18 a piece. And I got 2 of them. These are gonna go in my room.
Put them up so those won't be nowhere.
All right. You gotta be very careful with them. I didn't realize they're glass. Porcelain. I didn't realize they were porcelain. All right, y'all. I'm finna get ready to decorate. All right. I'll be back. Good morning, and happy Sunday, honey. I didn't go to church today, y'all. I'm just barely getting out of the bed. I been up probably about an hour, so I'm on my way to Walmart to change these. Remember, I gotta get ready. All right, I'm gonna stop and get me a coffee. I got a coupon for scooters, so I'm gonna stop and get me a coffee, half off. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna head on to get me a coffee. Y'all, it's 52 degrees, but it feels like it's in the 30s. It feel like it's in the 30s. It's cold, but so I'm gonna do that. Stop and get me a coffee first, and then I'm gonna scoot on to Walmart, and then I'm gonna come back and finish up my Christmas decoration. All right, y'all, let's get to it. I'm trying to get through because I gotta go back to work tomorrow, and I don't want to be coming home tomorrow trying to work on Christmas decor. I don't want to do it. So I gotta get everything done today. That's the goal, to get everything done today. All right, y'all. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, y'all. So, as you see, I'm back at home. Y'all, guess what? How is it I go to Walmart to exchange ribbons and end up spending $100? So I exchanged the ribbon. I did end up getting the red ribbon that I need. I got an extra one because I'm just not sure that I'm gonna have enough. So I did exchange for the red. But you know what, y'all? Does that red match? I guess it do. I guess it do. Okay. So anyway, I exchanged for the red. I end up getting 4 instead of 3, just to make sure I got enough. That's all I was supposed to get, y'all. How about I come out with the rest of this stuff? Let me show you what I got. So I end up getting a bow for my tree. I got a brown bow. I end up getting bugs to go on my countertop over there, on my coffee bar. So I'm gonna put them all the way across there, just to throw a little red over there. I do have the coffee cups over there that is red, but I wanted a little more red over there. I got clear bulbs, the bigger bulbs to go on my tree. So I end up getting 3 of those. So got that one, got this, and I got this. So I end up getting 3 bulbs. And y'all, in the end, we're gonna talk about how much money I spent on my Christmas decor. We'll talk about that, and we'll talk about my saving system, because I'm just not spending money that I don't have. I save for it throughout the year. So we'll talk about that at the end of the vlog. We'll talk about how much I spent and how I saved for Christmas. And we'll talk about how much I saved for Christmas. All right, so then I end up getting, because if you know, I'm decorating my office at work. I go back to work tomorrow, so I'll start tomorrow. But I end up getting this. Y'all, these are so cute. These are so cute. These are gonna go in my vase. I keep a vase on my desk that I usually put live flowers in. So I'm gonna change those out. They about to die anyway. So I'm gonna change those out and I'm gonna put these in the vase. Ain't that cute? This is, so I got 2 of each. I got 2 of each. I'm gonna leave these in the back because this gotta go in my car to take to work tomorrow. All right, so let's put this back in here. You can put that right there. Okay, then I got this. I'm gonna put this back in the bag also because it's gonna go upstairs. But I got this to go in my room, on my table in my room. You'll see I have a little sitting area when you come in my room. I have a sitting area in there, and I got a table and a chair. So I'm gonna put this on the table because I wanted some kind of flower piece to go on the table. So, all right, y'all, let's get to it. Let's finish this kitchen. I'm gonna start with my tree though. Let's go back to the tree, put this stuff on. Oh, I got bulbs. Not bulbs, what are these? Ornament hooks. Got ornament hooks to hook these clear bulbs on. All right, so we're gonna start in there first. We're gonna put the bulbs on the tree. We're gonna put the ribbon, the bow on the tree. Then we'll come back in the kitchen and finish up in the kitchen. All right, so I'll be back in a minute. All right. y'all, as I promised, I was going to go over what we spent, what I spent. I went to 7. I went to 7 stores, but I did one store 3 times. That was Walmart. I went 3 times. I went to Ross, I went to Home Good, I went to At Home, and I went to Hobby Lobby. I'm looking on my list, y'all. That's what I'm looking down at. All right, so Ross, I spent $26.72. Home Goods, I spent $122.96. At Home, I spent $107.10. $170.10. I was thinking, okay, am I saying that right? All right, Hobby Lobby, I spent $112.24. Walmart, the first time, I spent $88.37. I went again, I spent $98.50. And I went again today to return 3 ribbons, just to return the ribbons and exchange them for red ribbon, because you remember they was white, and I went back to exchange them for red ribbon. How about I end up spending $104.15 because I seen other things that I wanted to incorporate. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 receipts of decor that I purchased for Christmas for my home. Now, I've already tallied up and got the number. I spent a total of, y'all ready? Drum roll. I spent a total of $733.04. $733.04. Okay, I'm gonna scan these receipts into my Fetch app. If you don't know about Fetch, download it to your phone. Fetch is an app that you can redeem your points for gift cards. So now, that's what I spent. Now, how much did I save? This is my sinking fund envelope. If you see, I was going to say the ing, sinking. This is my sinking fund envelope. I saved for my anniversary. I saved for birthdays. I saved for Christmas. I saved for co-pays, dental, vision, and health co-pays. I save for family, like if my family want to borrow money, I have an envelope for them. And then I save for medication for the wintertime. You know how you getting sick. So we're going to come to Christmas envelope, and we just going to pull this money out. Okay? We're going to pull this money out. Now, let's see, how much did I save? I'm going to just pull this down where you can see while I'm counting. Let's see, how much did we save? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 20, 40, 60, 81. That's 1,000, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. $1,040. Now let me see, is that on my, and that's what's on my budget sheet. So we saved $1,040. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave that out because I gotta subtract it out. I'm gonna take out, where's my paper? I spent $133. So, I mean $733. So I'm gonna take out $700. So let me see, those are hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 733. So I'm gonna turn it around. 10, 20, 30, 35. So I'm gonna put 735. That's gonna leave one. These are 50s, y'all. So 1, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. What was that? 1, 2, $305 is what's gonna leave in this envelope. All right, y'all, I'll go ahead, I'll write that on here once I cut off. But I wanted to just come back and just give you an idea when you have big things like this that you need to do, save for it. As y'all know, I'm probably the queen of saving. Once I get paid, I pay myself. I always pay myself. And within paying myself, I pay myself for 2 weeks. And paying myself is so I don't touch my savings, any of my other money that I've made for those 2 weeks. I pay myself first and I spend only cash. And or sometimes I do debit, but I put it in a buffer. So paying myself, I've just started saving from the money that I pay myself. Now, I pay myself and then I put the rest of it in different savings accounts. But what I paid myself that goes into my wallet, for example, whatever goes into my wallet, and I have slits in my wallet. I spend money on dining out. I spend money on groceries. I spend money on house stuff, and I spend money for myself, which is personal. So I pay myself and I put the money in each category. For example, I put the money in each category like that on what I'm going to spend for each category. And what I pay myself, I started saving money from this money. So anytime I got a $5 bill, I was putting that back into this little thing here. These are my keys, my car keys and stuff. I put it in my pouch. Any $5 I got, I put it in my pouch. And then once I got enough money for that book, I went and got the book. So that's how I do. All of my money is accounted for. If I don't account for it, I can't do nothing with it until I actually tell it where it's going. For example, I just got paid Friday. And I hadn't done anything with that money yet because I haven't completed my budget sheet. So I haven't told that money where it's going. So I don't touch that money until I tell it where it's going. All of my money have a job. So until I give it that job, I don't touch that money until I make the time to sit down and tell that money exactly where it's going. So now, what am I going to do with this money? Because I've already paid for that stuff. So I use my credit card. That's why I didn't show y'all the actual receipts, because I use my credit card. And even though it's a whole bunch of numbers, some, hackers can figure out your numbers. So to keep from having to even deal with stuff like that, that's the only reason why I didn't show y'all what was spent on this stuff. But it's already been paid for. So I use my credit card. So now what I'm going to do is take this money to the bank and I'm going to pay my credit card off. I pay my credit card off to the penny. If I don't have the money to spend when I use my credit card, I don't use it. So if I'm going to the store and I'm going to use my credit card, it's because I got money to cover that and I pay it right off. And that builds your credit up. That builds your credit up when you're doing that, and you pay your credit card off before they actually report it to the bureau. But you do have to leave that amount on there for extended time so that it can be recorded on there. Then you pay it off before it get reported to whoever they report it to the credit bureau. So that's how you build your credit when you have a credit card. Just pay your card off before it's reported. Pay it to the penny. Pay it all the way off, zero balance, and watch your credit go up. Now, if you ain't good with a credit card, don't you go get no credit card. Don't go get no credit card because you think, okay, Shirley got a credit card. I need to get me a credit card. Shirley know how to use her credit card to benefit her. So that's what I'm going to do. So by the time you see this video, this money will be already been put in the bank. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Y'all, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm so in love with my home. I'm happy how everything turned out. And I'm doing good, y'all. You see how much money I saved. And I got money left. Girl can go do something else with it. I'm actually excited. I'm excited. So if you made it to the end of this vlog, thank you so much, because this vlog is long. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you hadn't liked, commented, subscribe, please do so. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know that you was here. If you're an OG, thank you for always rocking with your girl.